I got sent home in April, and my feeding tube got infected, got bacteria in it, and they kept feeding me through the tube anyway.
Man.
Yeah, I have a second belly button. And
Throws up edit.
no, I don't have pictures of that. But that feeding tube got infected, so when they kept feeding me, that bacteria got into me. I ended up turning sepsis. I started throwing up my bowels. Like literally every time I threw up, it smelled like somebody had gone to the bathroom. And I was throwing up black, like coffee ground black, and it was just, I was like, well, this isn't normal. So I went back into the hospital. I was only out for a week, still on bed resting and everything, but I went back home, or back to the hospital. And I will say, so this was during COVID, but right before COVID hit, where it really got to the point where it did, Cass, Caleb, a lot of people from Journey came and visited me, including Pastor Jeremy and Crystal. And I am forever indebted to the people that prayed for me, that took time to come visit me. And you know, I owe them a lot, because I was ready to give up. And like I said, I had spent most of my life being unhappy or chasing happiness, without being able to understand that happiness is an emotion and it's fleeting and it can go away. What I found was joy through Jesus. And what I mean by that is joy is something that cannot be taken away from me. It is not something that can be shaken. It is a state of being. And I only got that once I started really transforming. So all these people in the hospital that prayed for me, all these people that came to visit me, and I remember my mom talking to me one day while I was in the hospital before they completely shut it down and I wasn't allowed visitors. But she told me, she said, the light in your eye is gone. You've given up. And that was hard for me to hear, because here I was, this man in the secular world who I was taught, you don't cry, you don't show weakness. And you know, there were certain boxes I had to fit into. And one of them is, no matter how much pain I'm in, nobody's supposed to know. I can't accept help, because that is what I was taught from the world. A man does not reach out for help. I'm here to tell you that that's a lie. A real man knows when to ask for help, knows when it is too much, knows that the burdens that get on your heart, if you don't release them, they will eat you alive. And I called a friend. His name is Nick Pritchard. And we sat on the phone for, I want to say 30 minutes to 45 minutes. And he prayed with me, for me. I didn't realize I had touched people's lives, because it was always about me. And I didn't realize that I was planting seeds for God without knowing it. And he expressed to me his love and just what he had seen from me. And I didn't know how to quantify that in my head, because I had nothing to offer. I had nothing to offer anybody. And here were these people who kept coming to visit me. Here was this man who would talk to me on the phone, who's praying for me and with me. I had nothing to offer. How can you love me when I have nothing to offer you? And I realized all these people had one thing in common. And that is that they knew God on a level I didn't. And when you know God, you're able to give love freely because Jesus did that for us. He gave love freely. You know, and that was one of the things that transformed me.